Right.
Yeah, let me guess, you have to blink.
No, I need to do my forehead.
You need to do your forehead. Okay, cool. Right, welcome back everyone. We had some mild issues last time with the autofocus. I will say our setup is pretty bare bones here, so
very bare bones.
I actually am looking into though another camera that's a little bit better in terms of everything, because obviously this not being a studio, this being a real life building with a giant door opening in front of us, very weather dependent, might I add. It means that things are constantly...
On a tripod that's not even made for like a camera like this.
Exactly. So I will say we're going to be improving the setup pretty soon. I think the next podcast you guys will see, I mean, we will still be here, but it will be a different camera, which will give us a bit of a different ability.
And I would have to go shop for some clothes sometimes, because I was looking at my outfits, and I think I've had this for...
You know what I did?
Years and years and years. And I never, I mean, of course, I have some brands also that I work with, and I really like the stuff from that I wear. And sometimes when I go to an event, I buy something. But for the rest, I always wear my same favorites.
Every time Yes and I have a commitment, which actually you and I have like a neighborhood party we have to go to tomorrow. Every time we have a commitment, I hear from Yes, I really should go shop. But you never do.
No, that's not what I said.
But you never do.
To wear.
Yeah, you have nothing to wear. I really should go shop.
But
blah,
I do
blah,
shop.
blah,
like I buy some simple black T-shirts and stuff.
But sometimes. what I thought we could do is, I was actually going to surprise you. Is I had picked out and went to check out on 2 different outfits for us for the podcast, and I was going to start to do that all the time. So we had like, you know, something to look forward to. But this time, firstly, already making the time for that is depressing. I made the time. I finally found 2 really nice outfits for both of us that I liked. I went to checkout and it said no delivery, pick up in store only.
Where?
In Arnhem.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
I don't even like ordering online.
Oh, I really love ordering online.
Like for horse stuff, it's different, but for clothes, I can't.
Yeah. But I will be doing that in the future, so it's like a little something that...
Feel free to order online the bitless bridles. But I mean, clothing.
Nalanta.nl.
No, I'm joking, but yeah, you like to go online.
But anyway, regardless, we are completely sidetracked to begin with anyways, but...
We are not very late this time.
No, we're staying consistent, of course, because we've made that promise, and that's what we wanted to do as well. I do actually really look forward... Well, I think so. I do really also look forward to making these. We are in the midst of a heat wave for the Netherlands, because we've been having like temperatures above 30, which is quite high for us in May, especially in late spring.
I think yesterday we had a record of the temperature in May ever measured. Not yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Like the hottest temperature in May ever recorded.
I think so.
Which was like 34, 35. But that's quite warm. I mean, we're like, our summers are like 25. So.
But it's also a different kind of warm.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's humid, it's stuffy, it's not pleasant. Also, our homes are not built for it. Like, we're very lucky to have an old home with very tall ceilings and somewhat close to trees. But like, in the Netherlands and in the vast majority of like these more northern European countries, no one has air conditioning. That's not really a big thing. Houses, we just don't have the temperatures.
Sometimes you see those tubes hanging out of the window because people make it temporarily.
Yeah, they just get a temporary solution, which actually I was thinking we could do that quite easily.
Yeah, but I don't think we really need it.
No.
And also if you have a few days that it's a bit warmer, well, it's part of living in summer.
That's true. It's like, because I wake up and I start to think, okay, I'm going to close these blinds at this time and open these windows. It's like becomes a whole lifestyle. Yeah, you don't think about that, I think. Of
course, sometimes I close at the end of the day when one of on the other side is open. I close that one because then the sun is turning.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm impressed. But anyway, it's a whole management thing. But the horses...
guys, how are you guys?
Yeah, how are you? Thank you for spilling... Luckily, he only has water in the mug, which is...
Water with ginger and lemon.
Okay, well, maybe that's good for the skin. But everything here has been going pretty good. I feel like the horses are dealing somewhat okay with the heat wave.
I think perfectly fine. Only King is maybe struggling a little bit.
Yeah, you guys are going to see it in the coming vlogs. King's actually has like a field where he's able to go outside now. And Annie is doing that for the very first day as well. So we actually...
I thought I was going to cry today. I didn't. But I have enjoyed it. She's still outside now for the very first time.
Yeah.
Because she was on the stable for... I mean, in a week, it's almost 3 months, I think. So it's a very long time. And I started walking her in the stable a little bit. And sometimes I went to walk on the grass so she could graze. But today's the first time that she has her own little field, and we're just going to have to see how it's going to go. But it's nice for her to be outside in the sun and enjoy the grass, because she's just otherwise here.
Yeah. And I mean, as if you guys have gone through a tendon injury, you will know that it's a very long procedure in terms of getting the horses back on track, especially when a horse is recently turned 32. So 32. Congratulations to Annie for having her birthday. It was only like a couple of days ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the rest, she's doing really good. And she looks good, she's happy, she's excited.
It's been an eventful time, I will say. We do have a bit of a story time for you guys with the whole Enzo situation that happened. We haven't, you've probably tried to bury that deep in the darkest depths of your mind. We had a pretty traumatic situation happen with our sweet little foal, my first Emporio foal, who's now here with us. Obviously, I bred him with Marlies, who you guys have seen on the channel before. We've since taken the reins in early spring is when he arrived, or late winter. And he has been such a fun guy, so easygoing, so uncomplicated, brought so much life to the property.
Today again, because he likes to bully the horses when they're sleeping. So when 𝒂𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒃 finally wants to rest, he goes to 𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒃 and like annoys him.
I don't know if bullying, he wants to play.
Yeah, like annoy them, like a little guy. And then today Bear was laying down, he puts his foot on Bear, and then the Bear is just chilling under him after.
I will say they are all very patient with him, and we were able to integrate him really nicely in a herd. So he's now with Chase, Antares, Bear, and that's it for now. But hopefully in the future, King will be joining that group as well.
And 𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒐𝒃 was scratching on him.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know I'm going sidetracked or whatever you have to say it, but it's just been so nice with 𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒐𝒃 because he's always been struggling with like being a social horse and stuff. And him and Enzo really play every day for like, I don't know, for a while.
Yeah.
Like they really look for each other and they have fun and they play.
We really have a nice, beautiful, tight-knit group, and they all get along, they all play, they all enjoy each other's company, and Chase kind of sets the boundary with everybody. So if he's playing too rough, he just breaks it up. So everything had been going really, really good with Enzo. We hadn't had any issues whatsoever. And then, I don't know how many weeks it's been now, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2-3-ish weeks. It was the morning and it was the weekend, a Sunday, because of course if something traumatic happens, it has to be on a weekend. That's just a given with horses. But it was the weekend and I thought, which I don't typically do, but the weather has been so nice that I thought to myself, I'm gonna have breakfast outside looking at the horses, because the horses are in the front field, right in front of our house right now. So we get a really nice view of them. So I get my breakfast, I'm halfway into my muesli bowl, halfway into my coffee, and I'm looking at the horses, they're all doing fine, and then all of a sudden I see like Enzo he kind of just goes down and starts rolling, which he did it in a way that wasn't really normal. Like he didn't really go down with the front, but I thought, okay, maybe he lost his balance or
But he does
something.
sleep a lot. Like that morning he was also sleeping, so it's quite normal for him to be laying.
Yeah,
but
it's normal for him to be laying, it's normal for him to be rolling, but he kind of did this erratic roll. He got up, he had like a tiny little canter, and then he just started walking backwards and falling over himself, like instantly, just like without anything. He looked like he was just kind of like getting up, and then kind of like he looked drunk, running backwards, like his hind legs were jelly. He was just falling over himself, and he just kept doing it and over again and getting up and running backwards. So I ditched my breakfast. Nothing like a early Sunday morning. Ditched my breakfast, ran to the field. He was still falling over himself. I'm trying to get a halter on him because I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe I can support him and see what's going on. Like, did he hurt one of his legs that he's like can't stand on them? Or like, I just couldn't understand because I'd been watching him and I'd seen him previously, like you said, in that morning, sleeping and grazing, and he just seemed normal. So I'm able to finally get a halter on him. Firstly, I can't find his halter, so I grab 𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒐𝒃's halter, shorten it as much as I can. I put that halter on. I'm able to like somewhat stabilize him, and even when he's standing, he's kind of just wobbling all over the place. And then it kind of starts again. He just starts falling over himself until the point where he just stops getting up. Like he's just fully flat on the ground. He starts to like examine really quickly and see what's going on. He obviously has like a very elevated breathing. He's sweating, and I saw that he had a little bit of hives on his body too.
Like spots.
Yeah, like little raised bumps, but nothing was really screaming out like, you know, what, like...
Well, I thought also, and you
nothing,
also, we were thinking like maybe like poisoned or allergies or...
Yeah, we thought something along that line, but it was like, so there was a lot of inconsistencies because well, firstly, as all of this was happening and I'd put the halter on, I was on the phone to my vet and I said, okay, I need someone out here. There's an emergency, like things are not good. Like this is really bad. So called the vet straight away and he said, yeah, it'll take about 20 minutes for someone to get there, which is not like a terribly long amount of time, but in that instant, it feels like a lifetime. So, yeah, the vet arrives, he rushes over, he has a quick look at him and like tries to look at all the symptoms, hears the story, and he quickly kind of comes to the conclusion that he thinks he's having colic. Like he thinks he's having like a really bad colic. So he injects him straight away with kind of like a muscle relaxant and something to help with the colic. And that typically, we've been through this, like we have experience with this kind of stuff. So typically that should take effect pretty quick. Like within a couple of minutes, you should start to see the horse gaining some sort of relief. And it honestly just looked like it kept getting worse. Like there was no help
when
whatsoever.
He was just standing, if he stood again and then like very slowly and then falling and...
Yeah. Well, eventually we just kept him down because it was the easiest thing. So, but because he was in so much pain, once we saw that wasn't working, the vet injected him with morphine.
Morphine?
And yeah, with morphine. That didn't help at all. That didn't also change anything. So we weren't able to like help him whatsoever.
And then we were worried that it was not like a simple colic, but maybe a twisted intestine.
Yeah, so
which is a bad thing.
Yeah, so then the vet kind of was like, you know, everything leads me, because he's not responding to anything, everything leads me to believe that he's got like a twisted intestine or a twisted gut. And it's like a really severe colic and we're gonna have to get him to a colic surgery. But the question was, okay, can we even get him in the truck for the colic surgery? So the next thing was to try and give him more morphine to try and get him at least stable enough with the pain that he could walk. So we get him up, because it's very difficult also to inject a horse laying down when they're like moving around. So we get him up. I'm holding him by the halter. The vet is trying to inject in the vein. And at this point, he's like completely over us because we've already injected him like 2 times. He's completely out of it. He can't stand anything. So he just starts thrashing. So I'm holding him, I'm trying to control him, and midst the vet trying to put this needle in, he rears up and kind of like stands forward and he hits me in the face with his hoof. The hoof lands like here and then down on my shoulder, this one as well. So he kind of just strikes me.
And I just laughed because I got scared.
Yes, he starts laughing.
Yeah, but only from nerves.
Mind you, very traumatic situation.
Nervous and I was worried. I took him after that.
Yeah, and then I gave it to him because there was so much adrenaline. I didn't actually know if I was hurt or not, and I didn't want to risk like getting it done twice in my face. And we just didn't expect that from him, like no, this but I mean, random
it was
thrashing
not like,
and.
No, okay, but it was not strange. He just wanted to get.
No, it wasn't strange, but it was like he was in this very erratic state that he was also not moving normally. It was all just chaos. And we were all trying to be safe. You know, I wasn't standing in front of him. I was on the side. I was holding with my arm locked like this, but it's still a strong horse. Like, we're nothing compared to what they can do. Yeah, so I get smashed in the face. Yes, is laughing.
No, I was not laughing. I just nervous.
We're able to put a little bit more morphine in him. The morphine is still not helping.
Wait, it's not funny at all, but it's just, I was quite shocked.
The morphine is not helping still. He's back down on the ground, laying flat. And the weirdest thing about it all was, so the vet is talking to us and he said, listen, if we can't get him to stand and get him in the truck, we're kind of out of options, really. So it's getting to the point now that we either like are able to get him in the truck or we kind of have to put him down here because obviously they can't operate in the field. There's nothing you can do. And then when
really scary.
The moment when he said that, because they're in this front field, right in front of the house, which was Emporio's old field. The moment when he said that, I was just like looking around. And for a long time, we had marked the spot Emporio passed away at. But because the grass grew very long, we haven't been able to find it still. It's just marked with a couple of bricks. And we hadn't seen it for months. And I look around as he's telling me all this, and I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think, okay, what are we going to do? How can we help? Do we need to like, I was thinking even to the point, like, do we get our little forklift thing and like put him in the truck with a forklift? Like, how do we do it? And the moment that he said that to me, I looked to my left, and 1 meter from like where he's laying was Emporio stones of where he passed. And in my head, I was like, we're not going to have another horse pass away in this field. Like, there's no way we're going to do this. So we ask, or we kind of come to the conclusion that we're going to sedate him, like sedate him how you would for like a minor surgery or like a minor standing thing. And we were hoping the sedation would be enough to take enough of the pain away or whatever the symptom was to get him in the truck. So we sedate him, that works. And we're able to get him just in the truck. He was like calling everyone to see like who was prepared for surgery, the vet, because obviously you arrive and you go straight into like a colic surgery, but there isn't that many clinics that like can offer that, because you need like a good ready surgery team. So we found one, which is the same place where we've worked with in the past. We had one horse have a surgery there. It's 45 minutes away. So we get him in the truck, I spin around, and we're driving to the vets. And the whole time he's just laying flat.
Well, I was in the back with him, like in the back part, and I could open the door, and first he was still standing, and then at one point, because he was leaning, at one point carefully he was down, luckily.
Yeah, he laid down in the truck.
But he was quite, I mean, not comfortable in being happy, but he was like in a good way that he was laying down. We had a lot of shavings in there.
Yeah, and we gave him both bays because we knew he would probably lay down.
Yes, and then he was just laying there, and that was quite scary because with the traveling at one point, his eyes looked very different, so I was really worried that he was just going to maybe pass there.
Yeah.
And
I was driving really fast because I was like, I had my double blinkers on, I was in the fast lane.
The whole time?
At some point I was like sounding my horn, telling people to move, because like it's really a matter of like how quickly can you get to surgery for these things to be successful. I was like, I don't care if I get a speed ticket. I was obviously not putting anybody in danger on the highway. I was just driving above the speed limit. And I was glad he laid down because it also meant that I could drive quickly because he's not going to be going everywhere. But it was good that you were in the back with him because we wanted to make sure that he wasn't alone. Also, if he started thrashing or doing something.
And it was strange when we were at 10 minutes where I said, we're almost there, and then he half got up. Like he understood.
Yeah.
I said, no, stay down.
Yeah. But we were quite lucky that the station really helped him. So we arrived at the vets, we took him out, and we straight away took him into like the ultrasound room because they wanted to ultrasound the gut to really see if there was a twist or if there was something going on in there. Because obviously you need to confirm that before going into surgery because that's quite a big decision to make. And he was looking with the ultrasound machine, and then he got
blood tests.
Yeah, and then he started running bloods, they started checking everything. It's quite nice because it was quite hectic here, but as soon as we arrived there, they were quite calm, which is nice because, well, of course, for them, it's quite normal, these things.
But there was nobody else there with a horse, and they had like a good team.
Because it was a Sunday.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had like full attention and just...
Yeah. So they ran
no alarms right away, which was a nice feeling.
Yeah, so they ran everything, all the tests, and everything pointed that he was not colicking. They all thought that he wasn't colicking. And at the time, I should have mentioned that when he was here, the vet injected him with corticosteroid to see if it was an allergic reaction, because I kept saying, I think it's an allergic reaction or a poisoning. You and I were both saying that, even though he thought it was more of a colic. So we did inject him with corticosteroid to see if that would, which is like a very strong antihistamine. We injected him with that, but that also didn't have any effect. So the only thing left, really, when we brought him to the emergency room was for them to give him more corticosteroid again to see if a higher dose would help. At this point, he was kind of stable because he was sedated still. The sedation lasts like a couple of hours, like 2-3 hours usually. So he was stable. They injected him with the corticosteroid, and then he went into a holding stable there, into like an emergency care stable thing that they had. And for us, there was really not much more that we could do because we had kind of somewhat stabilized him. It was just a waiting game to see if that was going to happen. And the vets told me, listen, you know, we are ready for surgery if he needs it, but we're not just going to do it, which I didn't want to either way. And And then luckily over the next couple of hours,
It was normal.
he just came back to normal.
Luckily, I was very scared. It was
Yeah.
really scary, but luckily, I thought, oh, first of all, of course, Enzo, and then second of all, one more. And then all these things happening, and then you got the phone call that he was acting normal. So that was very...
Yeah, so...
Because here, even the place when he was gone felt so different already.
Yeah, when
Like
we
you
came
really
home...
missed him right away.
When we came home, it was like a giant hole in the property.
Because he's just so funny and so sweet and so...
Yeah.
I don't know, he brings his own...
He just has so much character and so much life and so much kind of to give to everything.
So it's very strange not having him here.
Yeah. We picked him up a couple of days later, and once consulting with the vets, they said that they think he had some sort of like extreme like reaction to something. They think it was some sort of bite, insect bite or something. They don't think it was really something he digested. There's also not any crazy plants there to digest. But they
it's
thought,
also these young horses, they're not used to that much yet. So they also need to build up the
resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But think of like a person having like an anaphylactic attack, like such an extreme allergic reaction. That's kind of what he had, which, to be honest, is like the best possible thing it could have been, because sometimes those things, as scary and as fast as they come, if they're managed, they go very quickly. And we were prepared to go into colic surgery, which is a very intensive procedure, because they get cut like through all the muscles in the stomach and everything. There's a very high likely chance that they colic again straight after colic surgery. It's like 6 months to a year to get them like back on track to where they were. And with falls, it like really sets them back as well. So I was really hoping we wouldn't have to do that. So I like count my lucky stars every day we didn't have to actually follow through with that. But it was very scary. It's still a bit of a mystery what caused it. We don't know. But at least we know next time a little bit what kind of dosage of corticosteroids he's going to need to like kind of snap out of it.
But hopefully that won't be a next time.
We hope it's an
because
isolated
Annie
incident.
one time had also this really strong allergic reaction, remember, years
Whole
ago?
face swelled up.
Like everything was swollen, she was drooling, she was like, it was very strange.
Yeah.
And then knock, also not again.
No.
So hopefully...
We hope it was just a weird one-off. And I mean, as I said, it's been 2 to 3 weeks now, and he's just acting normal.
And he lost a bit of weight, but he put that back on again
very
right
quickly.
quick.
So, yeah, it was just very strange. Yeah, but now we can confidently say we've had something happen to every single horse in the property.
And every dog.
Yeah.
But now I feel like we are finished with that and we're going to move on positively.
Well, we've done a full round
Also
now.
the energy you put into it, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So now it's done.
But it was very scary. And also the idea of losing him also made me realize like how attached and how close I'd gotten to him already. So, yeah, it was pretty wild. It was like not what I expected for my Sunday morning. And I was like doing this full like, I was having my full morning breakfast. I had my Merlin bird app open, which is like this app that tells you what birds are singing around you. I was having such a relaxed time, and it was just crazy, like in an instant, how your whole world can change, like in an instant, in a second. But anyway, that's a little bit the more dramatic side of things. However, of course, there's been a lot of really, really good things going on as well. A lot of progress, a lot of things going on in the background. And as always, I've picked a bunch of questions from you guys coming from Instagram. Just, you know.
And something else big happened.
What? Well, there's something about that, but
we're not
relating. Well, I'm going to give you the
it's
question, and then you can answer however you want to answer. How about that?
Well, we'll see.
Okay. And of course, when I have to create a website, I go on Squarespace. The reason for that is I don't have coding knowledge. I'm not the most tech-savvy person, even though I work online, but Squarespace makes the user journey so friendly and easy that I was able to design the whole website myself. First off, you have hundreds of already made templates to choose from, which means that you can really find the design that best suits your business. After this, Squarespace basically guides you through every next step in order to create your dream website. One of the things that I love so much is that when I'm traveling, I can make quick editing changes, I can add pages. It's very, very simple and straightforward. I couldn't recommend Squarespace more to any entrepreneur or anybody that's looking to design and create and stay in charge of their own website. If this sounds interesting to you, then do use my link, which is www.squarespace.com/Harnacke, and in doing so, you'll get 10% off your first website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for being such a loyal sponsor over the years. It truly is a testament to just how great this platform is. First question is, how's King's rehab going?
Oh, I like King a lot. King is what I call him.
That's Jesse's new nickname.
I don't know how. Sorry, I'm taking over your question, but I don't know. I like him.
Well, it's a question for both of us.
He's very sweet.
So you like him?
Yes, he's in my heart already.
Bless him.
And that doesn't happen
Quickly, yeah. I think because he's like...
I mean, it happens quickly, but also when it's not my own horse, it's different.
He's a big, playful, goofy character, and I think that really plays into your inner child that you have. You're very, like, you love that kind of playfulness.
He's really funny.
He's very funny, he's very cute, he always wants attention, he's very sweet. The rehab is going well. We had his like 6-week checkup, which looked really good on the ultrasound. However, there is one little hiccup, which is very unfortunate, is on one of the entry points of the surgery. I don't know how to, I'll try and explain this as simply as possible, but the swelling is like leaking into, it must be either a tear or like something. It's like the carpal sheath is like leaking into this area where the surgery was, which means he has like a really large soft swelling on that incision point, and we have to go in and close that up and clean that up. So he has to have surgery one more time, but this is a very non-invasive, not big thing. It's just that they have to put him fully under. That's like more the really annoying thing.
He has to go on the table then.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to go on the table. So I think in the next 2 weeks that's going to be happening. But as I said from the beginning, this whole thing for a 5-year-old horse, I'm thinking long term at the quality of his life. So we will just do whatever it takes.
But I feel like he has grown a lot. Maybe like, I mean, it's not nice the whole surgery part, but for the rest of his body, maybe a bit of a break is also nice.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like he's a different horse, I think already.
He looks incredible.
Like he looks huge.
It's strange. It doesn't happen often that like a horse looks better with the rest, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes they like wither away and really fall apart, but he looks really, really good at the moment. So the whole rehab's going really good. We did like lightly trot him for the vets. He looked sound, but we haven't like properly started. Why are you laughing?
It's very cute how he was trotting.
With the tail up.
4 legs, like.
And the tail up, like a sort of Arabian. But I'm going to keep you guys posted on how that whole second surgery situation comes about and goes. Obviously not ideal, but the main thing is that the injury itself is rehabbing nicely. We also did PRP into it. We're doing everything we can to make sure that he's healing well. And he's outside every day now, which he really enjoys. So it's nice that at least he gets to have like more than just time in the stable. Next question is, are you still thinking about a foal or a yearling for Enzo? I think if I bought one more young horse, you'd smack me across the head.
Oh no, I mean, I like that for him. I just don't think, I think we have now a nice group. And I think it's actually, I mean, I would have liked for him to have a young one, but I see how much he's playing with the others. And I think the goal would be, if he's manageable as a stallion, to stay in this group. And I think he kind of needs these boundaries from the bigger horses too.
Yeah.
So I think, to be honest, he's having a lot of fun.
Because we thought initially, okay, we'll put him in the big group, but probably the big ones won't want to play, so it'll be nice for him to have a foal. But because all the other horses are so playful with him, and
he has Bear, he has Andres, he has Chase.
He'll have King. They will play for sure. That's a lot. That's going to be a lot. So I think at this point, I don't want to take on one more young horse. I'm pretty satisfied with that.
But I think it should be more special than to have like your own one or... Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, you never know. Sometimes you just come across a special horse. But at this point, there is no plans on getting another young horse for Enzo at least. Right. If you could choose right now, would you rather be famous or unknown? Does fame hold you back sometimes? I will start off by saying fame is a very big word. We are known a little bit, but being famous, I think, is something a little bit different. How do you feel about that question?
I mean, I'm very grateful for what we do now and how we have it in this moment, I think. I think if we go to like horse shows and horse-related things, and sometimes a little bit out of it, things happen, and of course online.
What does that mean, things happen?
Well, people talk to you, people recognize you and stuff like that. But I like that because you have conversations in that way.
Yeah.
I think if it would be in a sense that you're like a pop star or something, I think then your whole life kind of disappears. You can't do anything anymore. But I think as long as we have really nice people involved and we feel positive about it, I think I prefer with a bit of, it's not about the fame.
Oh, she wants a bit of fame, huh?
It's not about the fame, it's about the life, like the things I get to do.
Yeah.
But I only get to do that because we share everything, and I like the sharing, and I like the conversation, I like the feedback.
Yeah. I think
because if I'm going to go to a show and nobody's there,
well, that doesn't work either.
Then I can train at home.
Yeah. I think we've absolutely.
So I'm very grateful.
We've absolutely found the sweet spot that because we're in such a niche as well in terms of the horse world. I mean, of course, there's also people that follow us that aren't horsey, and I'm seeing that more and more so on the channel as well because of the home renos and all that kind of stuff, pulling in different crowds. But especially because we are so horse related, there's always horse people all over the world, right? But I wouldn't say we're a vast majority of the world. So it's nice because we get to jump into an area and feel like, oh, this is fun. People follow us and know us and want to approach us and say hello and get a photo. And it's almost like a double life. But then when you're in everyday circumstances, it happens a lot less. So you aren't really, it doesn't affect your quality of life at all. I will say that what can be frustrating about it sometimes within the horse world is that someone always wants something from you.
Right.
So there's a lot of people that approach you for, we have this idea, we have this product, we have this event, we have this thing. It's nice, but then it takes, yes, but it means that there is no longer a private life for us in horses. Does that make sense? You don't just get to go. I think you
still build it up with the right people around.
But you don't just get to go somewhere just to enjoy the event. That doesn't happen anymore. Or, if you're going to a competition with your horse, you think a little bit more about there's going to be people watching me in the warm-up or extra pressure or, people that are going to be looking at how I'm going to be scoring and all that kind of stuff.
I don't have that, but I get that from your point.
I think it's you feel like you're under a magnifying glass, and that can come with its own stresses. But I think because we have this sweet spot, there's far more advantages at this stage in the game than disadvantages. We don't lose.
And it's funny, sometimes when you're driving, especially with the horse truck and people wave. It's cute.
Yeah, that's really sweet. Sometimes even when you're, and it's so easy because, of course, everything we do is online, so it's easy to forget that, if videos are getting 150,000 views, you see it as a number, but to actually quantify that is crazy. So sometimes even when I'm driving my regular cars and someone's waving or saying hello, or when we're out on the street, we were at this antique market 2 days ago, and then someone goes, Matt and yes, sir. Yeah. One of the people that was holding the stand, and it doesn't correlate straight away.
He knew everything about your videos. It was very sweet.
Yeah, but it doesn't correlate straight away because you don't think, oh, they follow me, because it doesn't connect. So it always takes a second to jump into that and be like, oh yeah, we do YouTube, and that does reach a wider audience. And it's quite fun. We've had it in really random places. We were at Abu Dhabi airport, and some people came up. When I was in Riyadh, we were standing in line for the second floor. Or maybe you went there.
Dhabi?
Or maybe when we were going to Australia, I think. But maybe you weren't there. But in places where you'd never think it.
I had it when I was walking the streets in New York.
Yeah, or when we were at a concert in Amsterdam. But
it's very nice.
Strange.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But it's not about fame. It's just about sharing.
Yeah. I think
and connecting.
Of course, the fact that people follow us means that we can also make it our business. But I don't think. You've also been doing this for much longer than I have, being more in the public eye. Because when I met you,
the Netherlands
I didn't have that, and you had that already for years.
Well, we had a really big thing going with the horse shows in the Netherlands.
Yeah, in the Netherlands, you were very well known. You still are.
I was only 15,
but you were very well known 16. From. Yeah, but I didn't have that growing up. I came into it at a later stage. It was very strange.
I remember the first time we did this book signing, and then we didn't expect anything, and there was this huge meet and greet line, and that was crazy.
Yeah.
But very, very grateful. So yes.
I think it's still easy to get into that imposter syndrome feeling of when it happens to you that you think, why are people here? Are people gonna come? Or
yeah, it is scary sometimes. You're is somebody still gonna show up?
Yeah, it's this imposter thing that you think you don't either deserve it or it doesn't belong to you. But yeah, we've been doing social media now for I've been doing social media now for 9-10 years, and you've been doing it for 15.
Okay. Okay, maybe.
So it's like, I'm amazed at the longevity we've been able to find, and I hope we only continue to grow. I mean, that's our goal.
It's getting more and more fun.
Yeah. And also that it evolves with our lives. Because people say, what's next for you guys in the next 10 years? And the fact that I don't know excites me.
Yes,
That's the whole reason we have, I think, this lifestyle and this job, is because the unknown is, and the different doors that open is what makes you wake up every day, you know, excited. What's going to be my email inbox? What am I going to think of next? You know, what do I want to do next?
Yes.
Any new horses expected in the near future?
Well,
I think that we both have news on that, but is there anything you'd like to share on that you feel comfortable, maybe?
Well, I think so, yes.
Maybe I can say this. There is one horse we're going to go look at tomorrow morning for you. Can we say that? We can say that. It's a pony. Can we say that? Oh my God, you want to give the people nothing. You want the exclusive for your channel. You can hint at what's going on. Be transparent with the people. They want to know.
Yes, I said yes.
Yes, what?
Any new horses expected in the near future? Yes, I said.
Would you like to expand on that at all?
Well, there's one.
Well, there's one what?
Yeah, I don't know. In the future.
Yes, it will. Okay, yes is going to hold those cards close to his chest, which I completely understand. But there will be more on that soon. Right. Subscribe to 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 if you want to see that. For me, I'm gonna come clean. I went to go see a horse for sale in the UK 2 weeks ago. It's another hunting horse. And the reason why I'm not like actively looking, but this horse, it stayed in the back of my mind. I never went to see it when I was looking. But the reason why I'm staying open to it is I simply do not want to rush King back into the work. It just needs to take as long as it needs to take. If it's 6 months, if it's a year, if it's 2 years, it's whatever it takes. But at the same time, I don't want to lose all the excitement that I had for the next 2 years for pursuing, you know, some eventing, well, not eventing, but some cross-country training, the hunting. I want to do the hunting season. I want to do that. And I'm not promised tomorrow, you know, I just want to make the most of it. And we're at a place where, you know, having an extra horse, we can happily deal with that. It gives us the ability that if we want to, we can go hunting together. I think you'll probably want to hunt King because I'm losing that horse to you. But yeah, so I'm open and I'm looking, but I'm only going to do it if it makes sense and if I actually really like the horse. And this horse I really liked. I did vet him, but it's still to be seen what's going to happen. I'm not rushing into anything. So I'm going to keep you guys... I did vlog the whole trip. I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. So we will see, but I am staying open to it. I'm not looking for any more PRE horses at the moment. Let's also clarify that. Is there anything you guys have polar opposite views on, and how do you both navigate that?
I don't think so. Like we are opposites with a lot of things ourselves, but I don't think we have polar opposite views.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe politics. We have like...
Well, I don't know anything about politics.
You love Trump and I don't.
Talking about it, I don't know anything about it. I don't even watch the news. And that sounds maybe stupid, but I don't want to know anything about it. Like I need to know things about it and I hear it from you.
I'm joking, of course.
But for the rest,
Yeah, I do try and keep you in the loop on like world events because I think it's
normally
important.
I hear weeks after and people are talking about it. I'm like, what happened?
I think it's important for you to like have a tap on like the current social conversations, politically what's going on, why fuel prices are skyrocketing. I think it's important for you to like have an understanding, but I very much like that you say, I don't want to hear any, like you don't want to actively pursue the information.
Like it's not that I'm running away from it.
But it's such garbage.
For it.
It's a shame that you have to...
And then every day it's different, and then this happens then, and this happens then, and then, oh no, it was different again. Well, I have other things to do, sorry.
I mean, it's complete garbage.
And I don't want to put my hand in the sand because, of course, I have to be responsible for certain things. Yeah. But I do not want to watch the news every day.
Yeah. The awful thing is if you want to stay involved with current affairs and understanding why the world is the way it is you have to listen to this garbage. But that's what it is. It's just utter garbage. So,
yeah, but I mean, yeah.
It's just like...
I don't know.
It's like this awful reality TV show that never ends. Never ends.
Yeah.
and also obviously has real life impact on people, and of course not.
But I think in the
US
it's very different than here.
Yeah, I will say we're quite blessed here in the Netherlands. If I see what's going on over the pond, then we're quite blessed here. How is it for you and 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐 to live with your parents for several months? You can be honest, because you know my parents watch every single video.
I hear a little mouse coming over.
Oh. She wants to be in the video? There's Caroline. There she is.
So, welcome back.
Feel free to do anything you need to. It's no stress. As long as it's,
with the leaf blower.
Yeah, as long as it's not something like that, then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so be honest. My parents do watch every single video, so you can address this straight to them.
I think it's nice living with them. I always said to them that it's very, in the Dutch it's gezellig, it's like cozy.
Yeah, cute, cozy.
Cozy feeling, and I think they are very respectful to keep, to watch us, to make sure that they are not
They don't want
in the
to be like
way
overbearing
or
yeah.
But I think they're very, very sweet, and it's enjoyable. Your mom is very caring, your dad works really hard. I feel bad that they almost looks like they feel like they have to work so hard when they can also relax, because when we're not here they might chill on the couch, but when we are, I don't think they really do.
I think they want to, you know?
Yeah, I know, but they're very, very sweet people.
Yeah, but they are.
And very caring.
And they've been extremely supportive.
They've always been very welcoming to me, which is also very special.
People were asking also, I don't know if I've ever properly introduced them. Maybe at some point we'll have them on the podcast. I don't know if my mics and camera can handle it.
Your mom has been introduced.
Well, my mom is called Simona in Italian, and my dad is called, oh my God, the jury's still out on my dad is called 3 different things.
No, his name is Willem. Well, your mom calls him Wilfried, so I don't ever know what to say.
Wilhelm?
I think
is his proper, me not knowing. But I've always known as obviously dad, and Wilfried is what my mom calls
him. But why?
Him. I don't know, I should ask her, I don't know. I think maybe it's like the Italian way of saying it, I don't know. I think it's because my grandma used to call him that, even though, like my dad's mom used to call him that, even though he's called Willem. Like Wilhelm.
But they're both very sweet.
But he's full German, my mom's full Italian. But I think we've struck a nice combination of like how we do it. However, I think there's always part of you, I think, as an adult, that having your parents around a lot is like very reminiscent of like you feeling like a child, and I don't feel like a child anymore. Like I feel like an adult. So sometimes it's like just finding the right balance.
You don't mind her making breakfast for you in the morning, though? Then you don't mind being a child?
Okay, you don't have to out me.
Mama, what's for breakfast?
You don't have to out me like that. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think we do it pretty well. I think we strike a pretty nice... You're so awful for that.
It's true.
Throwing me under the bus. Okay, next question. Are you going to build a circular drive in the real front of the house, a garage, storage?
Well, I thought maybe we wanted to do at one point, maybe like there used to be this circle kind of roundabout looking thing.
Yeah.
We wanted to maybe make that back.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's high on the priority for now.
No, and I think if we do it, it won't be like initially we were thinking that it would actually be something usable, but it just doesn't make sense for how we navigate the property to like. So I think if we do bring it back, it's more for like landscaping purposes to make it like look.
I think that could be
how
quite
it was
nice with
and
some graphels.
yeah, like it doesn't have to
walk
be
around.
that big then also, because it doesn't have to like actually, you don't have to drive on it with a car. If you can get around with the electric car, it's probably fine. So I think I would see us bringing it back like that. And then in terms of like garage and storage, we have a plan, as we told you guys, of like an indoor arena. And in the back of the indoor, there's going to be like a 10-meter overhang of the roof, and that will all be storage. And we'll be able to park trucks, cars, trailers, implements, storage, hay, shavings, everything will be behind
Because that's
there.
something we
Desperately need.
missing here now a bit.
Desperately need. But
okay.
we're making
it's
it
still
work
good.
for now.
Yes.
But in the long term for the property, that's definitely necessary. Yeah. What did you do in the UK a short while ago? So that's what I said. I actually did go on a little horse hunting trip. You didn't join me again, but we have said, because I am going to go out one more time to the UK.
It's like, wow.
You are going to join me. We're going to go when you have time.
Perhaps, yes.
No, it's going to happen. You have to make it happen now. It can't be that I always have to.
Just check if Annie is still okay.
Yeah, Annie's in the not him running away at this part of the question.
I feel
But
bad
you have
putting
to come.
her in later again.
You should feel bad for not having come to the UK yet. Is what you should feel bad.
I mean, I think you are doing perfectly fine without
Not
me.
the person who actually has done the hunting and has the years of experience.
Years.
Not coming to help me find a hunting horse. Hello. I know
support you
you're
from
busy.
here.
You support me from afar.
I tried to call you many times.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I want you to also ride the horses. You just get very shy, don't you?
Shy?
Yeah. You smell the rose from here, just wafting in. You smell that?
No.
My nose misses nothing.
I hear really well, but you smell really well.
Yeah, so together we're a good team. See? So we'll hear and smell you coming from a mile away. How about a large swimming pond?
Oh no.
How about no? No, well, I wouldn't.
I mean, I
know,
think
but-
maybe the last two letters should be different.
Swimming pool? Yeah. Well, because
Doesn't even have to be large.
we had this heat wave now, I keep looking at that hole in the ground there. And I'm thinking, oh,
What happens if we fill it?
it won't, the
With
water
plastic.
won't stay. With plastic. So you think we're putting all this resources and money and everything and effort into making
No,
everything
for just
beautiful, and then we're going to have a big grocery bag pool?
Yeah.
No, I think if we do it, we have to do it right. Also to respect the... Are you tired? Am I boring you? Oh, okay, you're the one that wants a pool, so this question's
Not
for you.
bothering me.
A swimming pond, yes, they won't be able to deal with all the critters and the darkness.
Actually, I
and
was in Germany with Jessica, and she has a big swimming pond.
huge.
I wasn't there,
Yeah.
and that was
That's
quite nice. But
yeah.
I don't know if there's fish in there.
Yeah, there is. Yes, doesn't like fish. But I think a swimming
fish,
pool
not to
would
swim
be
in.
nice. And whether we do like a swimming pool, like a proper large swimming pool with like a hot tub at the end, or just a hot tub, that's to be decided. Depends a bit on budgets as well. Certainly it's not in the near future because they are very expensive, but we would love something like that. A question for you and Jesse. Are you happy to have met each other?
Yes, very much
How
so.
happy?
Incredibly happy. Oh, incredibly happy.
I think about it often how vastly different my life would be if I hadn't met you.
Yeah.
Because like my whole life has
Better
changed
or
up.
worse?
But think about it, my life has changed, my parents, my brother, because my brother moved to London, but he was also incentivized because I made the
Happen to
move.
have that effect.
And then because me and my brother moved to Europe, my parents also moved back to Europe because they wanted to be close to us. So it's incredible how like us meeting has had such a profound impact on both of our lives, especially mine. I think yours too.
Oh, but for me, a lot. Otherwise, I think I would have been living in this like thing because you like to dream big, and of course, all the nice experiences and moments together. That's more important. But yes, no, definitely.
I think if we hadn't
And
met,
your answer?
I think if we hadn't met you, you would have stayed and probably bought the stable you were renting, like Paola's place. I think you would have done that. And I have no idea what I would have done. Because I was like modeling full time and like social media was not really something I was like really pursuing or doing. And that was very inspired by you. Because you really helped me kickstart all of that. Because you already had a platform and an audience. So you kind of like let me in on that.
Too. But
No.
what is your answer?
What is my answer?
Yes or no?
Of course I'm very happy that we met.
Okay.
Yes, of course. It's changed and impacted my life for the better in so many ways. Yeah, and I'm so happy with living here in the Netherlands. I barely knew anything about the Netherlands before.
At first, I didn't. Now you wouldn't really move back to Australia. I don't think.
I would never move back to Australia, I think. No. It's just so different. The horse world, everything. It's just so... And when I get back there and it's so hot, like 45 degrees, and I think, how did I do this with horses?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Why don't you change your roof? There are holes everywhere. Okay, we get this question all the time.
Well, I have to say, we wanted to, of course, change it. We have moved things around. So for where it leaks, it doesn't leak. Now, every now and then, depends how the wind is and the rain. There are a few spots where maybe a tiny bit of rain comes through.
Yeah.
But it really is not as bad as it looks.
No.
Like you see the holes, but it doesn't mean that there is water coming in.
No.
Because I don't know how it works, but it's from the outside and the bottom. Of
Yeah.
course, sometimes there's a bit coming in, but nothing. Like it's nice ventilation. It has a charm when you're outside and the lights are on, you can see it like stars. And we really have no issues.
Yeah.
And if there's an issue, like close to Annie with the old window, I think we do have to fix something because that can leak a little bit.
We are having like a company come out this summer, and they're going to like reset them all and close as many of the holes as possible.
We did already a lot, and then with the snow it just moves, I think.
Yeah, but they will do it again. The thing is that also what you guys have to keep in mind is that this is a very old historic property. You're not allowed to just make things new. That's not how it works in the Netherlands for properties like this. So we have to respect how it is. We're not allowed to change how it is. We can only fix it. So we're definitely going to be doing that, but we can't just like put a whole brand new roof. That's not allowed. That's not something that we can do.
But it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as it looks. What other types of animals could you imagine on the farm? Okay, I've been talking about something lately, which is why I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this, and I wanted to like put you on the spot as well, because then maybe you have more leniency on me. But there's two things that
not leniency.
Like you're gonna be more like inclined maybe to say yes. But I
don't care. You can get any animal. I just don't want them to get eaten by a fox or something else.
Well, that I can't promise you that, of course. But there's two animals that I've been thinking about, not chickens yet, because that we really need to have a good setup for. But there's two animals. So first is guinea fowl. I know they're a bit loud. I know they're a bit wild, but we have a really big tick problem on our property.
It's been quite good lately.
I mean, we've removed ticks. At one point it was every day. Now it's a little bit less,
but they would not go in the field with the horses. No?
Of course they would. Of course they would. They would just go all over the place. They can fly quite well, guinea fowl as well. But firstly, very cute to have around, guinea fowl. I think it's really pretty to see them on the lawn. They're a little bit wild, so they're not as scared of predators. They also have a bit of more like of a survival instinct than chickens.
For predators.
No, they will like charge. So if like one of our dogs is chasing them, they would actually more likely turn around and charge at them.
Oh no.
Well,
no,
good.
I don't want them anyway.
And these dogs can be taught less. But they're very small. They're the same size as a chicken, basically. But, okay, so guinea fowl I'm thinking about. That would be a really fun one. They also come in a bunch of different colors, which is fun. And then the other one that I was thinking was a couple of peacocks, which you're not, like, fully sold on yet, but I think it would be so fun. How fun would that be? Imagine them roosting at night in the barn. How cool would that be? I mean, they would be poo everywhere, actually.
I mean, you do really change, which I am impressed about, because first...
Well, I've let things go because this is a barn, and this owl that lives here is just...
Which is very funny.
This barn is this owl's toilet. And I've just come to accept that. And I'm like, if it's going to be the owl's toilet, it might as well be the toilet of other things too. And we just have to clean it every now and then. That's just how it goes, isn't it? But that's what those are the two I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I would like maybe a sweet cow. I would like goats.
A cow?
You know,
one cow?
Well, maybe two, I don't know. Goats, okay. Sheep, maybe.
No, but be realistic. What's the first thing you would get? Realistically, be realistic.
Besides ponies?
Yeah. Oh?
Goats.
Goats. Oh, I want sheep as well. Goats would be your first thing. And where would you put them?
Well, somewhere. Can you imagine them roosting here at night, the goats, sleeping here in the corner?
That's not how it works.
And then making it their toilet. I don't need a special place.
Well, I don't think that's exactly how it works.
No, I would like maybe one day to make a very cute area, even if it's including with the ponies, with like some other small animals.
I have a question about that coming up.
But I don't know if that will happen. Not soon. I just... enough on my mind.
What is the hardest part of managing such a large property? Maybe
your question.
Maybe you can answer that.
You're terrible.
It's pretty easy for you, I think.
Or you wake up and you go to bed.
Exactly, and then you open your eyes and it's all done. You're very lucky that the camera turned off in that instance.
I do the groceries.
We do have a lovely cleaner now. I think the thing about managing a property like this is that you really need to have people that help. I think that's like what we've really realized. I mean, obviously we have lovely Caroline who can hear us, who's doing an amazing job for us with the horses. We have someone that helps us with the house. We have some people that help us with like things outside for like the management of the property. I would say...
You want me to do more?
No. I'm happy to. I like to do it. So I'm very hands-on and involved. I would say the hardest part about managing it is that the running of a property like this, there's so many things to think about. Like even just from like a yearly management point, you know, like the water filters have to be checked. all the irrigation, the lines, the chimneys have to be swept every year. The AGA has to have its maintenance. Then the boilers need to be done. There's like an endless list.
Just the small things.
Yeah, I know, but like it's so easy to overlook
The
that.
hedges, did you say that?
Yeah, well, all the gardening, of course, and that's seasonal, so that's continuous and ever ongoing. There's
And ever ongoing.
yeah, so there's
Now this question too.
so it's just about finding the right people and like having some sort of system that works for you to manage it all.
We are maybe thinking of having somebody like a handyman gardener.
Yeah,
that
we
could
need
help.
I think that's the next position that we would like is someone like 2 days a week. Doesn't have to be full time. We don't have enough work for someone full time, but 2 days a week, handyman gardener that can like help us out. If you're watching this and you know where we live and you're in our area, let us know because we're interested. But it's also very difficult to find good people. So it's not that it's just about, you know, hiring whoever. It's about hiring someone that's good. But I would say that's the most difficult part is just like making all the puzzle pieces like fit together. Because I say this often, it's not just about having like nice things, it's about keeping them nice. And that's like where the struggle really begins. Why are we not seeing riding videos anymore? Can't we see a day in the life with Chase? Well, Chase is not being ridden, but the reason why you haven't been seeing riding videos is because I had nothing to bloody ride, because I've had the worst luck. There's nothing to ride. Luckily, I have Bolero now, who had a short break, but he's back in work. So you guys will be seeing actually some riding videos with him coming up, including one that we haven't filmed it yet, but Yes is going to ride him for the very first time, and we're gonna get to see his impression and how you do with him. Hopefully he doesn't give you a little rodeo, because that has happened once or twice, including we already actually tried to film this video, but he gave us a little rodeo that day, and I told you, I said, listen, I've got to fix it and just work through it slowly with him, so we'll reschedule for another day. You did seem quite nervous about riding him.
Well, I just with him, I like him, but he's very intimidating.
He's intimidating.
And it's not that I'm scared of him, but I think I'm not a person naturally for like those kind of
Stallions.
horses.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing.
You're not a stallion girl. How can I send something to you guys safely? I live in the Netherlands.
Safety.
I've gotten a lot of questions
my
about.
warehouse.
Well, I've gotten a lot of questions if people asking us about having like a PO box, because even very sweet people saying like, I was out antiquing and I saw this thing and I thought of you and I wanted to send it, or like people that had like cards or whatever. Do we want to open a PO box, or like how do we want?
Send it to my warehouse.
Yeah, but how does that work with packages?
Well, I have a whole package thing there.
Okay, should I share the warehouse address if people want to send us something?
Well, I mean, it's only if you want to.
Well, no, it's not forced, but I get emails weekly about like, oh, do you have a PO box, or do you have like, and we just don't have anything, and I also
Maybe just in the description.
If anyone's interested in ever sending us something, I'm going to put a PO box address, which is Yes's warehouse. I'm just going to put it down below. Obviously, we don't really expecting anything, but it's very sweet of you guys that you sometimes think of us, or, you know, sometimes it's happened that people have found our address and we get like little art things or little things. It's very sweet with the antiquing, because like it's sweet that people think about us and the home and everything. So I will put the warehouse address down below. Just please keep in mind, if you're sending anything from the States or anything like that, like it's going to become very expensive for us if we have to pay all the import duties, because we've had that a few times that people are very sweet. They send us stuff, but then we have to pay all the import duties, and that's fine if it's every now and then. But if it's going to be more people doing that, then I don't think it's going to be financially sustainable. So just keep that in mind, please. When do you expect Torino to come home? I've got a lot of questions about Torino, obviously, because that's been left a little bit open-ended. I am not sure, because we have a very delicate system here at the moment, with like 2 horses being in recovery, and just everything being upside down, incredibly bad luck. So he's still at Christoph's place. Everything is going well. He is still quite stallion-y. So we're just going to have to see a little bit how we're going to be able to manage it and how it's going to make sense. So we're just figuring it out, but he is fully cared for. I get updates really nice all the time. Very nice place. I just told Christoph as well, I said, I've had so many things go wrong. I just need a second before I can make any sort of decision, you know? But he's in very good hands, and that's the main thing. Are you getting practice jumps equipment, and if so, what is your storage vision for them? Well, I don't imagine us getting like actual jumps, but what I was thinking is...
Why not? 1 or 2 at least.
No, but you know what I was thinking? It would be nice, that we have that big lawn area, right? If we made kind of like a hunting little, not a course, but like a very pretty landscape thing that you could also jump. You know how they do that sometimes at like hunting events? So it's like hedges or like logs or like little things. I think we could do it in a nice way where it actually looks like landscaped.
We will see you riding mugs.
Well, we would only ride it when the ground is hard. Because when the ground is dry there, it's like solid.
With the mower.
Yeah. But when the ground...
I don't mind, but just letting you know.
But when the ground is hard there, it's like solid.
Yeah, okay, but when King with it's like 1,200 kilos comes down from a jump, I think...
Excuse me, 1,200 kilos? Now you fat shaming my horse.
Not fat shaming.
No, but I think that could be fun. That could be an idea at least.
Yes, I would like also to make a little course through the forest.
Yeah, that we were talking about as well. That would be really fun too. So I think we're thinking more towards those kind of things rather than like just normal jumps, because that's very annoying, putting them in and out of the arena. That's just very frustrating. If I want to buy a horse from Spain, how can I find out before I fly there if they treat the horses well?
Well, that's a difficult question.
You can't. To be honest, you can't.
I mean, you know, if you have the right contacts at one point, I think you can. But for the rest...
But how do you find out anywhere if they're treating the horses well? You just don't know.
I mean, I think in some countries and places it's easier to know.
But we know people that on Instagram and on social media, la-di-da, horses, treats, carrots, and then behind the scenes, we know what they do. So you never know, really. I think the best thing you can do is follow your instincts and go from there. But there's not like a telltale sign. It's very difficult. I would just definitely prepare yourself that in Spain, for the most part, the management is very different and probably you're not going to agree with it. But how I always like to think of it is, firstly, you're bringing a horse into a better environment. And secondly, when I'm there...
Yeah, but you don't want to support the wrong places.
Yeah, but secondly, when I'm there, what I always tell them is, you know, if you do it in this way, which is... They're incentivized by money there. So for them...
But they're also trying to do it in a good way most of the time.
They don't have the knowledge and they're incentivized by money. But I try and spin it in a way that the money still incentivizes them, but the horses benefit. So I tell them, you know, if clients come and the horses are in the field, and if, you know, the horses are not head shy and being treated right and doing this, you know, clients will pay. Clients will be more interested than if you just lock them up and they're in a stable and they're not getting any movement, you know. I try and just incentivize them in a little bit of a different way, but it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah. I mean, you can always try and shop more local in your country, but I will say the best PREs are in Spain. Do you and Jesse ever compete with one another on anything? This is a good question for you.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Jesse is like the world's most competitive person.
I am not. I don't know why you
The other day we were cooking and you asked me to like help you peel Brussels sprouts.
You think that?
And you said, we'll do it 50-50. I'll take 50% of them and you do 50% of them. And we started and you should have seen Jesse. It's like someone waved a racing flag.
That is how I always do
No.
it. Yes.
No. And you kept looking over at me and you were in a race. You didn't.
I think you were racing.
You didn't. I was not racing.
No, and you were definitely not racing. I can tell.
And I told you as well. I said it's not fair for you to race me on something that I'm not good at because I never do these kind of things. That's the first time I'd cut a Brussels sprout. You, on the other hand, know what you're doing, so you set me up there.
No, I was grateful for your help. I did other things, and we had to be quick because it was very late. I think it was after we had this.
But you are very competitive.
And it was like 10, and we still had to cook.
You're very competitive.
I don't know if I am.
You are.
You keep saying that.
You are nastily competitive.
I don't think I am.
You are. It's a good thing, but you're very competitive.
I don't think so.
I'll give you another example. Jesse wants to be like the skinny fit one. So what he does all the time is give me like, oh, do you want to drink a Coke?
That's not true.
And you put out a Coke for me. Oh, here, have this portion, which is like twice the size of your portion.
No, it is me wanting to care for you, that you have enough.
You have to admit.
Yes, you like a Coke, you like a big portion, otherwise you say, I don't have enough. That's how it is. Doesn't mean that I need to have it.
But you don't mind if I'm the bigger one. That wouldn't displease you, wouldn't it? So you are very competitive in your own ways, aren't you?
Crazy.
Will Valero be a breeding stallion in the future? That's all to be seen. That depends a little bit on his talent and performance as a riding horse, his health. You know,
I don't think a riding school.
Also, when we do like his stallion grading next year, I think that's when we're going to do
That's
it.
really
if he
close
passes
by
or
now.
not. Is it? Oh, good. So that's all to be seen. For now, he's just my lovely horse that I get to enjoy. And
He is very beautiful and very sweet, and you guys look really
yeah,
good
and
together.
very talented actually.
But I think he is a really good mover as well.
Yeah, and we're doing like counter canter. I was doing walk to canters. He's just so clever. He's just quite macho, so we're just figuring that out a little bit.
Not that much.
No, it's not terrible, but
Like, which horse stallion like that could you put into the fields next to like all the horses going around? He hardly reacts. In the
he's
stable,
more macho.
he is with all the others.
He's more macho to pressure. So he's very stallion in the sense that if you go like this to a stallion rather than moving away, they will like come to the pressure.
Do I have all stallions too then?
It's like you also like to go against the pressure. You're the same. Huh?
I don't accept pressure.
Mr. Brussels sprout. Yes, sir, please describe the dream pony field in detail. And I'm
Did
gonna
you put this question in?
No, I'm gonna close my eyes, and I would like to hear it too for the first time. Go on, describe it to me.
Well,
I'll
what I
picture
would
it.
like is that they have like this area, and I think it's mostly on sand or something, so they can't eat. Close your eyes then. With a house where they can go in and out, but also a part that I could lock them up. So if I
You love locking up a horse.
no, if they have to
Liberty who?
if they have to be locked away for safety, for example, if something happens, you can close them in because the stables here are full. Then I want little areas where they can eat, maybe a tiny little water area where they can drink.
Okay, hold on, wait.
This is my dream thing, yeah?
Let's be clear. You're not describing the paddock paradise, right?
No.
Okay, you're describing
I mean, that's
one large area.
Yeah.
You're describing one large area.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Because I would like just
I can get on board
an
with
area
that.
is like a field, but then, for example, with sand, and then they have little eating
A small
area.
patch of sand.
They can have
Or a big, like how much sand?
depends how many ponies.
Jesus, how many ponies are coming?
No, let me describe my dream. It's not like, for example, if you would have 7 ponies, then they need to have space enough. If you're-
7 ponies? Excuse me? 7?
if I have 2 and they get full, then I'm already on 4. In macho, it's 5.
Yeah, but 7 is a bit unnecessary, no?
I am saying, if you would let me finish, I would say if you have 7 ponies, the field must be bigger than if you have 2 ponies.
Sure.
So in comparison, it needs to be the right size for the dream. Then this house, little feeding areas, and then also an area where you could open up so they could go on the grass.
Yeah.
And ideally their own arena, and their own, no, I'm kidding.
Bloody hell.
No, but I would like just an area that they can hide and it's kind of open. So if I want to sit with them when it rains, I can too. And then,
But this is
this is a dream thing, yeah.
Yeah,
This
right.
is
So-
if I
'cause I
want to
don't
be
know how
realistic.
practical it's gonna be.
If I want to be realistic, what I want is just an area like a stable for them that they can go in and out. I could then
with a
also,
sand attachment paddock, and then the ability to open that into a field. Is that what you mean? I'm trying to understand. The people want to know.
yeah, they would like to know to come it from my mouth.
Okay.
I've hardly been able to finish what I say. Because realistically now...
Yes, tell us. We want to know. Go on. Say it. Say it with your words.
So,
Yes.
I would like a house
Yes, we
with
get it.
sand where they can walk and eat, and then I can open it up to the field. And then I'm already very happy for now. But in the future, it would be nice if they have a bit more like little features to it.
Okay, but just to be clear, not a
some,
paddock
like-
paradise.
Maybe some little tree. You're just worried. A paddock paradise doesn't, that's just with walking around. I just want to have an open space.
Paddock hell.
So thanks for that question. I hope you enjoyed his answer.
I didn't. You answered it. Okay, well that's good for me to know also. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, actually. You didn't mention anything about maybe having the horses wander through parts of the field. Parts
Well,
of the
this whole
forest.
thing was in the forest. But it was just in my head, I envisioned it.
Oh, okay.
Should have maybe said that detail too.
Okay.
Or in a part in the forest. I just like for them to walk around, not be able to eat themselves fat. And,
Because that's the problem. with
and
ponies,
be
isn't
happy.
it?
Because ponies don't need to have grass all day. They also can be happy with
Well, they
it.
can't. I mean, they can't
It
handle it.
depends how you train them as well. But
Because we have Bear now on the
And how
grass
long the grass
24/7,
is.
but he has to have a muzzle because he's going to have health issues after.
yeah,
just
but
can't
if he
handle it.
worked a lot more, he would also be fine.
No.
Yes.
I don't think there's any world where bear could sustain that much grass without a muzzle.
Once he's slim, he works enough.
I mean,
He's
is
on
he
the right-
working 23 hours a day?
He's on the right grass, like the longer grass. He should be fine.
I don't think so. I don't think he would handle it.
Would we put him, for example, if I have ponies, because he's so happy in this field with his group.
But he would be happy with ponies
Would
too.
you put him in a field where it's more like manageable in terms of like with the sand and the weight and his friends with his own size? Or would you keep him with this group?
Well, it depends.
It's quite difficult.
The whole reason for Bear, when I bought him to begin with, was that he was a companion horse. You know, it's a horse that can be everybody's friend. He enjoys it. They enjoy him. So he's good to go anywhere.
No, but what, like...
It could be this or it could be
Because
in
it could
with
be
the
good for
ponies.
him for his weight management.
But they did
But
tell
he
us that
is
he was
happy there.
violent to the fault. So we also need to see how he would be with them, you know?
We'll see.
So it's all to be seen, I guess.
But okay, that's a lot to think about.
And he likes to keep Annie company. Like, so that could be
I
a good
don't know
field
if-
mate for her.
We'll see.
Then she's not alone, you know? Because he's not going to do anything. He's so sweet. What made you start YouTube? I don't know if you ever answered, been asked. Love to the family. What made you start YouTube? I mean, you started YouTube
Me?
like 20 years ago.
Just because
Yeah?
I think Eva was doing it a lot, and then we started filming together. And I didn't want to lose my footage also, so that's also why I put the... Oh no, I started YouTube actually when I was much younger, still in primary school. I had my first acting scene with this like superstar. I made it up, yes. With one of my best friends then, and this other girl that was also a friend, and we made this whole scene. It was really funny. And then actually I made some jumping videos with Annie, so this was actually way before. Gosh, it's been a long time. And that's just because I like doing it, and I like to not lose the videos, and I did a bit of edits. Yeah, that was a very long time. I think I was 12, 13.
Gosh.
So...
And now you're 30. How time flies.
Now and you?
Well, I started it in 2018. At the time when I needed somewhere to put, I had signed for this like small production for Chasing the Dream, which is like the small docu-series I did in collaboration with Longines for flying my horse across the world. But I needed somewhere for the videos to live. And so I thought, okay, let me start a YouTube and we can put it on YouTube. So that's why I started it. And I never
think in the
stopped
beginning
since.
it was way more like topic focused, and now what I really like about it is that it really feels right, and it's really flowing, and it's really just life, how it goes.
Yeah, we try and do like vloggy, more like vlog style content nowadays. What I will say is like with vlog style content, it really becomes about your life. And it's a hard line between like, what's private then? So I'm still finding that a little bit, you know, like what is just for us and what is like to be shared, because otherwise it feels like you're always living life through a camera because you have to film, you have to do this and you're not present. So I'm trying to see like a healthy balance, but I think we're there. I think we have a nice way that we're doing it now. Last question is, we want a recent picture of the willow because I saw I showed everybody the willow go up.
Who's that?
Who?
Oh, I thought widow.
Willow! Because I showed...
It's like heave, but it's trying to get some leaves.
I showed them the installation of the willow and it looked like a plucked branch, which is what it was. But I will say it's completely leafed out. There is a new growth, but it's what growth was there. What growth wasn't butchered is there, and it's leafed out and it looks quite good. I'll insert a photo. But soon we will tour you guys through all of the trees and like how it's finally all come, because it does look quite good, and the grass is slowly coming back as well, which completely breaks my heart every day I look at it. Yeah, but that's everything actually. You have to go, I have to go, and you guys have to go. I'm going to continue the mulching around the arena.
But we wanted to do that together.
I know, but there's no time, and I just want to get a head start. I just do one or two. It's fine, my back can handle it. Well, that's everything for now. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Can you not drive it with the thing and then make a hole on the bottom and then...
Yeah, but that only is... Because I was thinking about putting the pins through the... We'll talk about this later. Well, thank you guys so much. We're doing this bit together at the end.
No.
Yeah. Well,
thanks.
thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Wait, can you say bye with me? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.